Welcome, welcome, September. Oh, we're here. We're in the last part of the year. How y'all feeling this morning? Are you feeling great? Are you feeling marvelous? Are you feeling fantastic? I hope that you are. I really do. So, now I just want to talk to us a little bit and just share some great news about September being here in the last month of the year. Let me show my face, so I'm not going to keep you guys um, behind the scenes with me. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Get that something, a little lint on my. There we go. All right. Now, happy September to all of you, and I hope that you're going to have a great month. And each month, I like to come in and say something that's going to help and inspire you. But today, I want us to kind of just talk about wisdom for the rest of the year, wisdom in whatever we're doing, our business, or our life. Excuse me, our life's past, whatever it is that God has us for here to do. I want to be able to encourage us to do that. And each month, I always read the Proverbs of the day. And this particular, starting off in September, I want us to be more motivated. I want us to be encouraged to do just that. And so I'm going to sum some things up and just talk about just like in Proverbs, it's the book of wisdom. It is very, it fills us with words of wisdom so we can direct our lives into the way that God wants us to and what he has us to do. And so there's a book called The Richest Man That Ever Lived. And I that book, it's a masterpiece. I love it. I'm constantly reading it. I don't have it here on in my presence now, but it's a great book, and it talks about Solomon. That was the richest man that ever lived, and he based his teachings and his action and his living on Proverbs. The whole entire book of Proverbs. But there's some few things that I want to highlight for us just today, and just encouraging us. And I know the more I've been reading and getting in depth with just this particular book in the Bible, I do read my word outside of just Proverbs. But this here, it kind of like adds on to everything else that you're listening to and that you're reading. So I just want to share this with you today and wishing you a successful text. September is going to equal success for you and for me, for everybody, whomever. It's going to equal success because we're going to. I just got off the phone with one of my friends, one of my mentors. She is my mentor. We mentor each other. So anyway, we just got through speaking and talking with her and saying that the more we take action on things, and things is going, everything we want and everything we hope for is going to happen in our lives, because we are going to first use this, and then God gives us the thought, and then he gives us the plan to put everything in motion. So that's the way that goes. We don't just sit here and think about it and hope thinking it's gonna come to us. It just don't work that way. Y'all know it don't work that way. So anyway, but the purpose of let's see here. I've been doing a little other things. Okay. Now the purpose of this book that I'm speaking of, Proverbs, chapter one, and this is because it's the first day of the month, and that's why I'm going to talk about chapter one. I'm not going to do this every day, but I just want to highlight this because like I said, I read it, and I would encourage you in your own daily reading. Do this, okay? Do this. Read this word, and then I just want to break down the importance of us being wise in our discipline, and it is, it says to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the word of understanding. And I want to I'm going to speak on this from a biblical standpoint, from what the Bible says about this business, our business correlation in business, understanding the market needs of your customers, and then, operations of your business is crucial. Seeking wisdom and learning and being open to instruction. So if you're meditating on this word from a business aspect, of those that are in business, that's what I'm speaking of. If you're reading this, and the business portion of it is, you got to understand the market. Chapter 1, verse 1, verse 2. You got to understand your market and do what you need to do to be able to feel the needs of your customers. So it says this in the words. I just want y'all to correlate this chapter 1 with what you got going on. That's all. So this is so just hang in here with me. Now, on chapter 1, Proverbs chapter 1 verse 3, it says to receive instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity. And then it says it admits fairness, ethical practices, and sound judgment in your business decisions. So this tells you in Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 3, it tells you, you got to implement fairness. You got to be fair with your customers. You got to be ethical and morally valued. You're going to do something, say something, be it, do it, be about it. Hey, how they say, don't talk about it, be about it, those kind of things. And then you got to build trust and build your reputation. That's why a lot of times when I'm first working with clients, or before I even start working with them, I explain to them that this is what's going to happen and this is this. And sometimes, I know they get excited, and because it's new to a lot of us, they don't understand the implementation, what it's going to cost, or what's the investment for them. And then they're thinking that, wow, that's too pricey, or that's, too expensive. So you're going to experience this too. If you're not already in business, you're going to experience this. But the word says here, be fair, just, ethical, and be morally sound, right? And build your reputation when it comes down to your business as well, so where you can have long-term success in your business. So that's what Proverbs chapter 1, verse 3 is saying. Now we're going to get on, read every verse. Y'all can go ahead and read it. Like I say, I read Proverbs every day, every one a day. I read it and I learn from it. And so these are some of my, these are some of the notes here that I've taken over, my studies, and I just want to share them with y'all. That's it. That's all. September is going to equal success. Remember that. Just keep that in the back of your mind. That's our theme. September is going to equal success in any area of our lives. But we're talking into our business people out here today. We're talking about our entrepreneurs, our visionaries, the ones that have small businesses. This book applies to you as well. Okay. Now, verse 7 is, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Remember, I just said at the beginning, Solomon was the richest man that ever lived, and he asked God for wisdom. He said, give me wisdom. You ain't got to give me no wealth. Give me wisdom. Because see, wisdom going to keep you wealthy. Wisdom will keep you wealthy. You got to get, when you get there, it's going to keep you there. So that's what he's asked for. He's asked for wisdom. So listen, and it's not about just, your skills, but also the integrity and your moral grounding. Now, I see, I come across this quite a bit, and I heard someone say this the other day. In business, you got some cut. Let me tell you, this it's crucial. It's brutal in business. You got people that are opportunists that come in your way. You got people that come with ill intent. You have people, and you have all kind of spirits that may come around you simply because they don't see it in you. They don't see it for themselves. I'm sorry. They'll never see it for you. So you got people that will come around you that may not understand what your walk is and where you're going, where you're coming from, where you might be. They don't have that. They just don't have that understanding. But the word tells you differently. Okay, I'll put my glasses back on. Now, I don't want to preach it. And a humble and teachable spirit will open doors to knowledge and growth. Okay. Now, I know that you got to be humble and you got to be teachable. But when you're working with clients, whatever capacity, if you're working with them for a service base, yes, especially if you're coaching people, they have to be humble and teachable too. So everybody need to know that all of us come short. And with that being said, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. You, the business owner, it's going to help you knowing this. It's going to help you navigate in a more of a wise dealing with customers and people, and then those difficult clients or those difficult people, and then those clients that God will discern you for not even working with from the beginning, then you will be more keen and understand that those are the ones that, okay, I better pump my brakes. And I've heard, coaches say this too. It's other businesses, it means this as well. All money ain't good money, but I've also heard other coaches say this. They said some people that they don't want to work with them because they already know that it'll be a headache. It'll be a headache, and they already understand that this person is not going to learn from me. They won't. Now, I tell you, I've been blessed to have some beautiful clients. I've been blessed to have godly clients, people that understand and they know, and I have to tell them the process. I don't tell them everything I'm doing in the process, but I tell them that, hey, this is a process. If I'm working on something for you, there is a process that we got to go through, and it has to be, they have to know that this intellectual property is more valuable than anything in the world. Because just think about it. Most of you what you would do is you will take that IP, intellectual property, and you can build on it for years and years and years and years to come. That's just like companies. They have a vision, and they can multiply it, triple it, whatever the case may be. It's in Proverbs here too. They can take that and just build and build and build. So your IP is very, very valuable. Don't let anybody in the world tell you it's not, because it is. Okay? It is. All right. Now, let me continue on. Ooh, this is a good one. Avoid bad associations. We must, we must, we must be focused on this. Do not, because it was going to set you back. It's going to set you back. And then unethical practices and association, that is not long lived. It really isn't. And if you have let's say for instance, we can talk about somebody dealing with someone B2B. If you have someone that you want to work with, business to business is what I mean. If you have somebody you want to work with from B2B, business to business, and their morals and values and their ethical stance is totally different from yours, you must avoid that. That's a bad associate. You must avoid that, because that nothing good is going to come from that. Nothing at all. So let me see, can I get on? I could have been doing this while I'm talking to y'all. I could have been doing this. Let me go ahead and do this right here real quick while we're here. Now, let me go ahead and continue on. The next thing, let's see here. The next thing I want to, okay, there we go. All right. Next thing that I want to talk to you about is going to be your influences, being around positive influences. And that's the same as your bad associations, being around positive influences. And that's aligned with your vision. They always say birds of a feather flock together, and you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around and things like that. Well, the word's even giving you an example, and the word's even telling you that you must know who to associate with in and out of your season of business. You must. You can't neglect that. My hair in the way. Talk about that. You can't neglect that. And then also, you must walk on the path that that you're supposed to walk on. For instance, a lot of times you have maybe people, they may have all in good intentions, but sometimes it may not be where they have your best interest at heart, because of their values and their vision for their own stuff they have going on. It has to be, you have to have a mutual ground there. You have to have likeness there with each other. And then also, um, wisdom is going to show up if you seek it. If you seeking wisdom, it's going to show up for you. Hey, everybody over here. It's going to show up if you're seeking it. And what I mean by that is from, books, classes, resources, whatever, courses. Never avoid the opportunity to learn. And it tells you that in business, you just because you're in business, that don't mean that you got to stop growing. Because if you do, you will be out of business because it's not going to benefit you any. It's not going to benefit you. Hey, y'all. So, and then Proverbs verse 33, chapter 1, verse 33, it says, "But whose hearkening unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from evil, from fear and evil." And then, just to kind of piggyback on it, about with businesses, your foundation will be able to stand from uncertainties in your business. It will bring you a sense of peace and security on your journey. So just be mindful of being, in other words, just making sure that you're silent about certain things. Everything don't need to have a discussion. You know, sometimes you hurt your own self in business when you do those kind of things, because it's like, then you're giving it, and let's say you're giving the enemy the pathway to know what you're thinking about. You don't have to voice your opinion about everything. You notice that celebrities don't do it. They don't do that a lot. A lot of times they don't do it because contractually they can't do it. Because if they do, they'll be in the soup line, and they know you ain't go. They don't love you. They don't love you enough for that. They like you coming to see their movies, and they like you watching them on, different shows or whatever they do, and supporting them in any way you can. But even they do that. So it's in the word of God that you must, it's very important to do that. And then also, a few things that I feel like will help us in just living out Proverbs chapter 1. But since it's the first day of the month, like I said, I wanted to just talk to you about that. And we are being success in September. In any area of our life, success. September equals success. Number one is some routine things is what I want to share with you, and then we're gonna be off. Number one is seek wisdom daily. Build a strong network is number two. Apply ethical principles, and we talked about all of that. Be open for instructions. Be open to be teachable. And stay grounded in what you believe in. Stay grounded in your integrity and your values. Stay grounded. Just stay grounded no matter, a lot of times people do unethical things in business because it's a money grab and all this kind of stuff. No, you don't have to do that. You better seek God. You better get on your knees and ask God to show you the way, to show you the truth and the light. Don't get out here and just think that you're gonna. And then too, they may get away with it, but you probably won't, because God has called you to a purpose. And I think that's another thing too. We get caught up with people that are not living on their purpose and get caught up with them, and that ain't their call. But that's a money grab for them, and then you get caught up in all of the foolishness. And continue to learn. Lifelong learning. Don't ever stop learning in your niche, your industry. Don't ever stop, because it's very important that you continue to keep on going. And I mean, that's just what I wanted to share with you, a strong foundation to learn and grow, and you don't have to get emotional with with the word. I mean, it just, if that's the way you communicate with God, that's you and his business. But I mean, just sometimes sit still and seek him. And I'm telling you from experience, he'll show you the things that he wants you to know. He'll show you things that you need to do. He will order your steps in chapter 1, especially when it comes down to having wisdom. And no matter one thing about wisdom, y'all, I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. Wisdom is seen differently for those that didn't ask for it. Let me repeat that. Wisdom seems differently for those that didn't ask for wisdom, because things of God looks foolish to those are not wise. When you asking for wisdom, boy, I tell you, you're gonna look crazy to the average mind, because they ain't deep. They ain't deep enough in the word. Yeah. If you ain't deep enough in the word, everything gonna look foolish to you. No, yeah, it's gonna look foolish to you. So don't allow. I'm gonna say this to those beautiful people out here. Don't allow. Kara tomorrow. I didn't even see this. Don't allow people to tell you what to do if God has already spoken to you to do contrary, as I used to say a lot, contrary to popular belief. And wisdom in the book of Proverbs, if you want wisdom, I'm going to tell you, read it. Read that book, because it will lead you to your success. Your success now. I ain't talking about mine. I'm talking about you. And I'm sorry for pointing. That's disrespectful. I ain't mean to do that. But I'm just trying to let you know. I'm just trying to put emphasis on it. But yeah, you. But anyway. All right. Well, that's what I wanted to just bring in September with. And I've been working hard these last few days. I got a couple of projects that I'm working on and feeling good about. Ooh, getting my muscles together too, y'all. But anyway, y'all have a beautiful Sunday, and I shall see you guys next week. And I'll be going over some things, and I'm getting ready to do another class, probably a couple of days. I'm going to do a class on thinking about grant. It's going to be over like you getting grants. And then also I want to do one on money, growing your business and things like that. So yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I want to do that. So y'all have a beautiful Sunday, and I'm going to get in here and do what I'm doing. Hey, everybody over here in TikTok land. So y'all have a blessed one. Okay. See you later. All right. Happy Sunday and happy September. September equals what? Let me put it back up there one more time, because I want that to marinate in your spirit. I want that to marinate in your spirit. September is going to equal success for you. That's what it's going to equal. In any area, you're going to be successful this year. And for the rest of the year, it's about time out for being defeated. You got what it takes. All right. All right, I'm gone.